Hey everybody, so I'm not going down to the copper site today. As you can see, today's been kind of a real mosh pit of weather. It was going from 20 degrees to 50 degrees with snow and rain off and on all day today. It's 4 o'clock now, maybe 4:10, give or take maybe. And hiking here, like the hardest, most difficult part of this entire stretch of trail I do, I would classify as like a 3 out of 10 as far as hiking severity goes. And where the copper is, I'd say the hardest part there would probably be about a 6 out of 10. Now, it's not all that bad, just hiking it. 6 out of 10 isn't bad at all. But if I got 30 pounds on my back and everything's wet and snowy, that jacks it up to like an 8 or a 9. So I decided that it's just not worth it to go today. On top of that, I kind of need to burn off this next batch, and there's just, everything is just soaked. And don't get me wrong, I don't want things to be dry when I do this, because I don't want to start a freaking forest fire. Now, I'm safe and careful. I'm not a jerk. Like, I'm safe and careful when it comes to building fires out in the woods. But, and I have some skill. I'm not a complete schlub. I can build fires in some not so great conditions. But the magnitude of a fire I'm going to need to successfully take care of this in one shot is fairly significant. So tomorrow is Sunday, today's Saturday. I didn't already say that. Oh. So tomorrow was the day I wanted to burn off that junk, because it's the least likely I'd run into any people on the way there or on the way out. Now, oh shit, hang on, there's people. Alright, I'm back. So, man, I had to pee. It was like sandwiched between a bunch of middle schoolers for like 15 minutes, and the whole bloody time I had to take a leak. They were all guys, but I don't know who they were, so I didn't want to just whip it out and go. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Anyways, so finally back to my solitude. I don't know who those kids were, but there was like 5 of them. They looked like they ranged from like 12 to 16. Probably locals, more than likely. The thing that bothers me about the whole scenario is it's absolutely beautiful out here sometimes, and I don't see a soul. And today is probably one of the worst days to be out here. It's windy, it's cold, it's fluctuating between, wet rain or snow to like hailstorms. And today's the day people are actually out. It's just weird to me. It's weird. You're probably thinking, well, you're out. Like, yeah, but there's obviously something wrong with me. There's obviously something. I obviously have some sort of screw loose somewhere. And now, I mean, this kind of fits my normal principle. If it's snowing, it's all right. When it's rain and wet, then it's bad. I stay really warm. My hands get cold. But me, I stay warm. And I can always put my hands in my pockets if they get too bad. So, there's that. So what I wanted to talk about, the copper thing isn't happening today. It's probably not happening tomorrow. I'm probably going to drink and then drink some more, and then waste tomorrow away. The only reason I decided to come out today was because it's been, well, I quit smoking about a week ago. I haven't said anything about it because I didn't want to jinx it. But I'm about a week deep, and I haven't drank or smoked. Today's kind of the test. I'm going to drink, and I might go shoot some pool later. If I can make it through without smoking, I think I'll be all right. So it's kind of the test. But this video is mostly going to be about my thoughts. I got some thoughts that I want to say out loud, and I'm going to try to remember them to the best of my capabilities. So something I wanted to mention last video that I kind of forgot about. Things kind of took a different turn, so I kind of forgot what I wanted to say. I wanted to mention that I was looking into NFTs. Now, I don't agree with these things. I don't like anything about it, to be honest. Like, I can see where it might be profitable because of, stupid people that have more money than brain cells. Buying garbage, but I don't know. Like, here's what I was thinking, alright? So, doing this copper thing that I'm doing all this hiking and all this working out stuff, getting better into shape. They have an NFT program. NFTs, I don't know what it stands for, but it's basically like digital Pokemon cards, I guess. You get this digital icon, and then you can sell it to people for money. And I don't know how the heck they grade them. It's like art, I don't know who decides something's art, but you get what I'm saying. So, the process behind this particular NFT program I was looking into is, as you work out, as you do things, your NFT is worth more for whatever reason. I don't completely, like I said, I don't understand it. Like, how's me taking a 5-mile hike, making some picture of some fake thing worth more money? It's whatever, though. As far as the way I'm looking into it is, they give these things a code, and the code is like a way to transfer money discreetly, like Bitcoin and stuff. So it's like transferring money without, the government knowing about it. Basically used for some shady online money trafficking, but made all cute and innocent looking. And anyways, I wanted to look into the one with the physical fitness one, but it says you gotta link the app, which I'm guessing I'd have to download to my phone, which I don't have. I'd have to link the app to an Apple iWatch thing that monitors my heart rate and my workout. And the more I do, the more it, increases the value of this NFT. And here's my problem. They make it sound great. Like all the games and all the ads. Raid Shadow Legends! And all that garbage. It looks fantastic. But that's because they're showing you the best of the best. And then when you play it, you're like, this isn't what I seen. It's like something I'm going to start using as an example more often. It's like the McDonald's and Burger King commercials. You see this here perfectly pristine, mouth-watering, juicy, succulent, I don't even know, I can't even call it words, but you see this perfect depiction of a burger, and then you go and order that exact same thing, and it's just a mess. Yeah, it's what you ordered, it's the ingredients that it says it comes with, but it's made sloppy, made cheap, made fast, and looks absolutely nothing like what they market it as. And I'm going to start using this as a reference like I do with the apples to apples thing. So here's how I'm looking at it. I didn't do a ton of research, but here's what I'm thinking, alright? If I went through with this NFT thing, and I bought a phone and a phone plan, even if I kept it cheap at like $40 a month, and I bought one of those Apple iWatches, which I'm sure you can get a pretty cheap one by now because they've been out for a while, and I figured out how to link them up, I don't think it would make enough money to pay the phone bill, even with as much as I do. Like, it wouldn't be enough to even pay for the phone bill, let alone pay for the Apple iWatch. So you really wouldn't be making any money. It wouldn't even... It would be like... It would be like getting a coupon for your phone bill because you work out. And, you know, that'd be cool and all. If you have... This goes back to some other things I talk about. But if you have a ton of money, or you have a bunch of money, or even like a steady job, and you're already working out, and you already have a phone, and you already have an Apple iWatch, you know, why not do this? You know, why not? You could just be like saving a little bit of cash by leveling up a cute little critter and getting paid for it. So like, why not do it? Is the... But for somebody that doesn't have a lot to begin with, you know, I wouldn't be able to afford the upkeep to do it. I was thinking it'd be like Pokemon Go. But I'd just make money doing it. And I was looking into other NFT games, ones that you can sit there and actually play. But I have nightmare flashbacks of grinding, you know, chopping 150 million oak logs on RuneScape to get level 80 woodcutting. You know, I get flashbacks. I'm like that's not gonna happen. So it's a good thought, but it's a cheeseburger commercial. You know, it looks great, it sounds great, but after you invest your money into it, you find out that it is not what you expected. Ultimately, it does what it says it does, but it's nothing like what you expected. So, I'm probably not even going to look into it any further, to be honest. There's other things I want to talk about, but like walking, talking, drinking, wasting time, being distracted. It's hard to keep my train of thought on the rails, so to speak. So I'm just going to talk, and wherever this conversation goes, it goes. I should have washed laundry today. I already got my hat back. I'm having a hard time finding motivation. I'm trying to... It's like I have all the time in the world, but... You know, the weather's screwing me over with fixing the garden up. The weather's mostly screwing me over with getting down there to finish up that copper grind. You know. And I can't sit and play games anymore. Like, yeah, I can. And I have been once in a while, hopping on different games and killing like 20, 30 minutes. But literally, 20, 30 minutes, and I'm like, good God, why am I doing this? So, that's pretty much what ended me up here, even with the weather being such a crapshoot. I was like, good God, why am I sitting here doing this? I gotta go do something. And I decided that it's long overdue to get a good old drink. So that's what I plan to do. Oh, here's my new pants, by the way. Yeah, not a huge fan of the camo motif. Like, I already walk kind of like a soldier. Like, I walk. People have asked me a couple of times what branch of the military I was in, because of the way I walk. But this was literally the only pair of pants I found out of 3 different pair that fit me properly and comfortably. So I was like, I don't care what they look like, as long as they don't have giant brown poop stains or giant holes, you know, and they're comfortable, I'm buying them. So that's how that went. I don't regret it. Like I said, I don't like the whole military motif, but keep me warm, keep me dry, and they're comfortable. That meets the criteria. I had a pair of like brown work pants and another pair of blue jeans, and there's something else I wanted to mention. They were all the same size. All three of these pair of pants were 34, or 34, 32s. And they all fit differently. Like, these ones are a little big. And the other 2 were significantly too small. So I don't know who uses the measuring stick, but, you know, somebody got something wrong. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really know. Don't know. I went grocery shopping. I mentioned it in my last little clip. And of course, had a chat with my aunt, which it's one of those things that I kind of like talking to her. But you can tell the difference in age, and you can tell the different mindsets. So it's hard to communicate accurately or productively. So, in which I can't really say whose fault that would be. Like, being as sheltered as I've been lately, it's difficult to really say if my thought process is correct, but it seems pretty correct, so I roll with it. But, in a nutshell, let me put it to you this way, alright? So, my pap died, my dad died, and my mom is one of the people that got me into the mess I'm in. So, as far as family's concerned, I don't have a lot left. Me and my brother talk on occasion, not very often. And I live with my grandmother, mostly because I moved back when my pap was still alive, and now I'm just stuck here dealing with her, which isn't horrible, but isn't great. But the conversation kind of went in a way that basically boiled down to her asking me, what am I going to do when my grandmother dies or moves away? Well, I answered as honestly as I could. The truth of the matter is, if my grandmother passes away or moves, I'm not naive or stupid enough to think that I'm going to get the house. Now, I live there. I basically take care of her. And I'm the closest living relative that could actually use a house. So, everything lines up that I should, in fact, get the house. But I ain't dumb enough to think I will. It'll go to some piece of trash that'll sell it off or move, you know, somebody in there to make money off of it. I ain't dumb enough to think I'll get it. Now, when things come to fruition, you know, maybe I'll be proven wrong. Doubt it, but maybe. Like I said, everything lines up in a way that I should, in fact, get the house, but that doesn't mean I will. So I told her, I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, my life is basically over. I got a record, whether there was proof or not. I got in trouble, whether there was proof or not. I can't find a job. I can't find steady work. And I literally hate this place. I have no friends, or no real friends. No social life. No intimacy life. Sexuality life. Male and female physical contact in this place. So it's basically It's like being in prison without being in prison. It's like being in prison without the bars. So, I told her honestly that if something happens to my grandmother, or she would end up going to a home or leaving for XYZ reason, and I in fact didn't get the house like I anticipate, then I'd probably just pack a bag and, hit the Appalachian Trail or something and see how I would, how I'd fare until I made it somewhere that I might possibly be able to make a life. And that's just the truth. I mean, I'm not going to stay behind here with people that either I don't like, they don't like me, or are under somebody else's thumb to be miserable and homeless. No, I might as well keep moving and be homeless and enjoy what little bit of life I have until I can't do it no more. So that's probably the plan. It's not a great plan. It's not even a good plan. Ultimately, I would like to have a fair chance at a life here. Get the house like I deserve. Get a job like I deserve. And I know that sounds like a sense of entitlement, but there are people out there that other people hire that don't want to work. I do want to work, and I'm a good worker. So, why wouldn't they hire me? And it boils down to, whatever's pushing the fact that's causing me the trouble, making it that I cannot be hired for XYZ reason. Like I said, I don't know all the details, and I can honestly say I haven't put an application in quite a while now. But I did. I did try when I first came back for a while. People knew who I was. They could have hired me. They just didn't. And I'm not bowing to no one. And I realize a lot of you people are out there saying, like, man, this kid doesn't know life. You pretty much, kiss Major Donkey or you're in a bad spot. And I'm like, no, you know what? I do know that. I just don't agree with it. And I'm going to fight it every chance I get. And you're a fool if you don't. Because if this miserable reality was set in stone, they wouldn't be trying so hard to keep me down. If enough people rose up and fought back, I think something could actually change. For the good or better, for good or bad, I'm not sure. But I think something could change. We could make a change. Just needed to have enough people to actually make the change. For instance, if everybody just said, you know what? Screw it, I'm done. I'm not flipping your stupid burgers. I'm not greeting at your stupid Walmart. I'll find a way to make things work. I'm not serving you anymore. I wonder what would happen. I bet you our country would show its true colors. I bet you there'd be all kinds of bad stuff going on. People being imprisoned, martial law. But there's too many bootlickers. There's too many people under the thumb. There's too many people that have families they have to look out for. And I can understand that. But if everybody was just like, you know what? I'm tired of slaving away for peanuts when you guys are sitting on your yachts. I'm tired of getting second-rate stuff just because you were born into a rich family. Everyone at birth should have a clean slate, You don't get the garbage that your parents have, good or bad. You work, you make a life, and you reap the benefits for retirement. It's a simple prospect, really. So let's say my grandfather was a millionaire. So, my father was born. My grandfather's a millionaire. All his money, he died. All his money's in a bank account somewhere. And the rule of that money, dictated by the government, would be that money cannot be claimed until you're 65 years old, and the money is strictly used to make and keep you comfortable through your golden years. So, Grandpa, good old Grandpa, has $5 million put back. My dad reaches the age of 65, and he's going to go live in some retirement home somewhere, and he gets that money, so anything he wants is taken care of. His rent, his bills, and everything else that he made throughout his life is added to that fund for then me, when I turn 65, then I'll be taken care of. Whatever money is left would go to the next one, and the next one. But throughout your life, up until that point, you work. I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like that was kind of scattered. But the point is, from 18 to 60, 65, you find some sort of way to make your own money and live your own life. But once you hit that certain peak, you know, if your family was rich, good for you. You know, you have your golden years taken care of. If your family was poor, you know, sorry, but you're not going to have as lavish as a retirement. But point in case is, instead of that money going towards, you know, a 13-bedroom house, 5 different Ferraris, and 2 yachts, just in case you get tired of the first one, that money could go to the future generations on down the road. Even the playing field for everybody. Everybody works. Everybody gets paid. Everybody gets health benefits. Everybody moves forward at the same pace. That's a pipe dream. Like I said, the power is in the wrong area. Alright, so I'm getting kind of off topic, and I gotta pee again. So I think I'm gonna end this here. I'm about at the public trail anyway. Actually, do you know what? I'm gonna pee real quick. You're coming with me. Nature is my bathroom. So that's kind of like my thought in a sense. I mean, I'm sure if I wrote it down, it would be a lot more streamlined and be a lot more to the point. But I think ultimately, if you actually watch my videos, you get my point. You know, I don't think just because somebody gets lucky and has an easy life, you know, good for them. I don't look down on them for that. But when there's so many people miserable, and there's so many people with so much excess, why can't there be a meet in the middle somewhere? Why can't there be, you know, no one person should ever need more than $10,000 a month. I'll say that with confidence. No singular individual needs more than $10,000 a month. That's just how it is. Like, if you're dumping more money than that, or getting more money than that, you know, you're selfish and greedy. You know, there's things you're overdoing it. You know, that's. Oh, do you know what? You can tell I haven't drank in a while. This stuff's 14%. It's one of those Four Locos. I don't drink them that often because they give me killer heartburn, but I know they're effective. So that's why I decided to buy one as my. Well, I bought this in a Mike's Hard Lemonade or a Twisted Tea or something, because this is gonna get me there, and then the Twisted Tea is gonna hold me over until I make it to the bar, I think. If I even go. That's still subject to change. But, the thing is, if you're born and you have a ton of money and you have a ton of everything and, you know, you're living life off the high horse, then you're probably looking at this video, if you're even watching it, being like, this guy's a complete jackwagon. And then if you're more like me, a little bit more on the poor side, a little bit more, doesn't mind getting their hands dirty, making peanuts to get by, but living okay. I mean, like I said, I'm just happy enough to not dive off the bridge. So yeah. I mean, if you're like me, then you're probably like, oh, I see where this guy's coming from. I understand. But if I was born in a rich family, I might have a completely different outlook, The truth about being a real man, about being a decent human being, man, woman, child, whatever you may be, is realizing what everybody else goes through. To be a real person, to be somebody respectable in my eyes, is to have an understanding of what everyone goes through and try to have an empathetic path or mindset of how to possibly make things better. That's being a real man. That's being a good person. What do I know? I'm just some loser. Anyways, we're at the bridge. This is where I'm definitely cutting it off. I just wanted to make a little comment. So this river is the same river where the copper's at. But, like when I'm at the scrapyard, and I said it's about 2 miles upstream, from here, it's about 1.5 miles downstream. So yeah, now I'm thinking, one of these days that I do this, it might be Monday or Tuesday coming up, I'll come down here at about 5 o'clock and go down there and burn all that. And then leave. There's a deer. So I don't know how well you guys can see it. It's about halfway up the hill now. Just another doe. But I'm not entirely sure. The plan's basically, right now, considering the weather, I'm not going to be doing anything tomorrow. I'll probably be nursing a hangover more than likely. But the plan's going to be burn all of it off, get into a nice pow, and then the next day that I go down, actually take it out with me. Because if I'm going to do the burning during the week, I want to do it after I'm sure everything's closed down. So if I catch the bus up here, and I would assume would be about 4:30, and walk down through, I'd be down about this point right here at about 5:15, give or take. And then getting down to where the copper actually is would probably take about another hour, which would be about 6:15, give or take. And then I would, I would burn it all off, put out the fire, and then leave before 8, 9 o'clock so that I could see what I'm doing to get out of there. And then gather everything up after that. And this is because I don't want to try to get out of there with all that stuff when it's dark. It just seems like a bad idea. Like, climbing out of there when everything's covered in snow, climbing out of there when everything's wet, or climbing out of there when it's dark, is just adding difficulty levels. And you know what? That isn't what I'm going for. Yes, I'm trying to get into better shape. Yes, I'm trying to get stronger. No, I'm not trying to torture myself. I'm not trying to take a job that's already mildly difficult and crank it up a notch. Making these 5-mile hikes and dealing with this copper. Well, I guess last thing I want to say is that the plan is to get up to here. Like, that's the plan. Like, I want to hike from where I found that copper all the way to about here to see if I can find anything else. More than likely on both sides of the river. And if I find something, awesome. If I don't find anything, it's a good adventure. But, alright, this is probably crazy long. So I'm gonna go. If you guys watched, thanks for watching. If you guys understand what the heck I'm even talking about, you know, you get bonus points later on. Oh man, I know I'm back, right? And I'm pretty deep on the public trail now. I highly doubt I'm gonna run into anybody else. But I've been proven wrong before, obviously. I just wanted to say that right now it is sunny and it's like 45 degrees. 20 minutes ago, literally right before I got on this trail, it was like 10 degrees, windy and dark. If you can see, I'm actually like all wet from how much it snowed. That's what I'm talking about today. I would have pulled my camera out and actually like did a little clip, but the wind was pretty excruciating. So I just kind of walked on through it. Literally, right now, it's probably like 40 degrees and sunny. You can see, sunny. 40 degrees and sunny. 20 minutes ago, it was actually kind of bad. Like, it was at the point where I was like, oh man, if it keeps up like this walk's gonna be like torture. It cleared up pretty quick, as I expected. I told the god of this realm that he should have cranked it up another notch. I wasn't quite ready to give up yet. I was like, he made it about 10 degrees colder for about 20 minutes longer. I might have actually felt like there might have been a problem. Alright. I'm gone for real this time. I'll catch you later. Alright, I'm almost out of here. But, I know I said we're not going to be chit-chatting anymore. But, I wanted to say that, you know, this here copper thing that I'm doing, this is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. Like, when and if I hike the whole side of the river, like I said I'm going to, like, finding a pile of copper like that doesn't happen. So, like, unless the person that stole that copper and threw it there stole other piles of copper and threw it along the river, the likelihood of me finding anything else is very slim. I don't know why I decided to chime in with this. I think it was mostly because, like, I'm in a general area of where it's at right now. Like, I'm like a football field away. And I was somewhat considering going to grab a few pieces just because. But I'm not going to. But it did prompt me to actually shoot this little clip. The likelihood of finding another pile of copper like that is very unlikely. Will I find tidbits of here and there and some here and there? You know, will I get another 30-pound backpack full when this is gone? Probably. But am I going to find 120, 130 pounds of copper laying around in one spot? Not fairly. Not legally. I mean, it's possible. I would say 20%. There's a 20% chance that around here I will find another stash of copper of that size. But that's pretty low percentage, considering that the thing that benefits me in this aspect is that I lived the life, in a sense. I have some know-how. And I'm not saying that I expected to find a big pile of copper next to the river, but going the places I go, they're not places normal people go. So likely, I'm more likely to find something somebody else has missed, because I'm going places that other people probably ain't gonna go. So that's why my chances are increased. It's not so much that I'm super lucky or I stash it there myself. It's just that the only way anybody was gonna find that stash of copper that I found was if they were kayaking down the river. Because everybody around here is so freaking under wraps or freaking lazy that they're not even gonna go looking. So So yeah, and I mean it was a pretty insane coincidence. One more thing I want to say before I end this, because this is already going to be super long, is that I think waiting a week before drinking and this whole smoking thing was a bad idea, because I'm pretty sure I thought about lighting up a smoke like every 15 freaking minutes since I got on the public trail. I can feel the alcohol taking effect, and it's I think I don't know. I'll fight it. If I win, I win. If I don't, I don't. The way I look at it is, I don't want to smoke, and I want to be able to stop smoking, but is the fight worth it? You know? Like, if I can do it, and if I can hold on and stop myself from smoking, fan-freaking-tastic. But if I can't, I mean, yeah, it goes against what I want. But if it's going to keep me from freaking thinking about it, then, yeah, I don't know. I'll let you guys know with the update later. I'm out of here for the 4th time today.